Yeah. Hello everyone. So welcome to the uh, seventh exercise. Today I will explain to you how to solve Unit 1 practice exercises problem number 7. Okay. So here I will be explaining problem number 6 with greater details in another video. So technically, please note, today we'll first complete problem number 7 and then take on problem number 6 because both are not connected at all. There is no connection between these two. So we can do that. Okay. Now let us, as usual, try to understand the problem clearly and then try to solve the problem. So we will read the problem. So find the even and odd parts of these functions. There are functions given here. All are given as g of t. It can be any function. So g of t is given. We should find out what is the even part and what is the odd part. We have to separate them. So we can call even part as ge of t and we can call odd part as go of t and try to write down the function. So obviously what it means is every function gt is composed of even part and odd part. When we add both of them, even part and odd part, what we should get is the complete function. So to do this, we should know the fundamental definition of what is an even function and what is an odd function. So let us do that first and then try to attempt the problems. Now supposing I have a function g of t. Supposing I have a function g of t. I want to replace t with the minus t. I'm replacing t with minus t. Okay. And I look at that function. I find that there is no difference between g of t and g of minus t. Both are looking exactly same. That is g of t is same as g of minus t, or g of minus t is same as g of t. Okay. Both are looking exactly same. Okay, then we say that g of t is a even function. G of t is an even function, because what is the property of an even function? Even if you make the parameter negative, change t to minus t, the function remains the same. The function does not change its value or its expression. So one simple example of an even function is g of t equal to t square is a function. This is a function. Now if I make t as minus t, what do I get? I get minus t square. So what is minus t square? We all know it is t square. So this and this are same. So g of minus t is same as g of t. So we say that t square is a even function. Okay, t square is a even function. Now we will try to understand what is an odd function. In an odd function, I do the same thing. I take g of t, I replace t with minus t. Then what I find is this g of minus t is a negative of g of t. It is negative of g of t, or g of t is a negative of g of minus t. So if such a situation exists, then we say g of t is a odd function. G of t is a odd function. So one example of this is g of t equal to something like 3t. Something like 3t. What happens if I replace t with minus t? I will get 3 of minus t, which is equal to minus 3t. You can see here, this is 3t, this is negative of 3t. So these two are related with a negative sign. So we call g of t as an odd function. So g of t we call as an odd function. Now, many times what happens is we will encounter functions which are neither odd nor even, which means, let us take an example of a t square plus t. What is t square plus t? Now you can see here, this is an even function and this is an odd function. Okay, now we can say that g of t is composed of or consists of an even function and an odd function. Both are there in this one. Okay, and if you are able to separate both of them, then we can write g of t as the even part of g of t and odd part of g of t. We can write like this. Is it not? The even and odd are separated from this function and we can write it as even part plus odd part. So that is how we begin our understanding of the problem. That means we have to separate. What is it that we have to do here? We have to find the even and odd parts of these functions. Now, how do we do that mathematically? How do we do that mathematically? We already did this derivation, but to make it complete, I will explain one more time so that you remember very well, because it can come in the exam. So we can't say, okay, although it looks simple, we can always make mistakes whenever we are trying to solve problems in a pressure situation. So you should know from fundamentals. Okay, now let us take a function g of t and let us say that this function can be separated into even part and odd part like this. Okay, we'll call this as equation 1. Now what we will do is we will try to see what happens to this function on the right hand side when we change t to minus t. We'll change t to minus t. What will happen on the right hand side? Obviously everywhere we have to put minus t. Everywhere we have to put minus t. So this becomes a second equation. I won't write it as second equation right now. I'll simplify this one. Okay, now this is g of minus t, the actual function which is replaced with a minus t here everywhere. And right hand side, what do you have? You have g even. So this is clearly even function and this is clearly odd function. Is it not? Now what is the even function property? Even function property is if you replace t with minus t, it still remains as the same function. It remains as the same function. We can write here ge of minus t is same as ge of t by its property. By its property. Is it not? So we can simply write this as ge of minus t. Just we will write like this. Got it? ge of because we replaced t with minus t. Then what happens to this one? This is an odd function. Is it not? Odd function we know when we replace minus t with the odd function. So this will become a minus of g of t. Is it not? Minus of g of g odd of minus t will become minus g of t. Okay. Now here also we can write here minus g odd t. Here also we can put t here because ge of minus t is equal to ge of t. ge of minus t is equal to ge of t. Okay, so like this we can put and then continue our problem. Now this I will call as the second equation. So I have two equations now. What are the two equations? In one case, gt is equal to g even of t plus g odd of t. I did not change the value. In the second case, minus t is equal to even part of t, okay, minus g odd part of t. Odd part of gt. I should call it like that, not g odd part of t. Okay. Now from these two equations, it is so simple for us to find out what is ge of t and what is go of t. Very easy to find out. How do we find out? We can find out ge of t by simply adding 1 and 2. These two equations I can add. When I add, what will I get? I will get g of t plus g of minus t. Okay, now this on the left hand side I will get 2 times, so 2 GET. So if I want GET, what do I do? This 2 I will take on the right hand side. So this is the formula. I'll call it as 3. This is GT minus of T here. Okay, this is minus T. Now using the same logic, if I subtract 2 from 1, if I subtract 2 from 1, what will happen? I will get 2 times GOT, which is equal to g of t minus of g of minus t. Okay, this is the fourth equation. So I bring 2 to the right hand side and I will get divided by 2. So this is the formula. So if I want the even part from a function g of t, what should I do? I should simply write 2 functions. One is g of t as it is, then replace t with minus t and generate the second function, and then add both of them, divide by 2. If I want the odd function, I should replace t with minus t, subtract from gt, and then divide by 2. So when I do that, I can separate even function from odd function. Is it not? It looks so simple. Is it not? Now you can just go through that all over again, and then what I will do is I'll show you how you have to do these things. Just 1 second. I think I have to connect the battery there. 1 second. You are able to see me?
Yes, sir.
Actually, what happened was the battery got discharged. I'm restarting it. Don't worry. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes and then I'll continue from there. Okay. So I'll edit the video and then put it on the screen. So there's no problem there. So for uploading purpose, I'll take care of it separately. And for us, we will complete the exercise. Just okay. So it's coming. It's coming. We are almost there. Yeah. So you're able to see the screen now? Okay, can you see the screen now, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So I'm really sorry for the inconvenience. So let us continue. I will just clip off that small interruption in the video. I'll do the editing and then post it. Not to worry. Okay. Right. So now we have seen that the way in which we can find. So now we will see this 7a problem is there. Let us try to understand that. The problem given is a function g of t is there. This is given as 2t square minus 3t plus 6. Now the question says find the even and odd parts of this function. Okay. Now we already know the formula. Okay, what is the formula for GE of t? GE of t is we have to add GT to G of minus t. G of minus t and divide with 2. Then we will get the even part of the signal. Okay, and the odd part of the signal we will get when we subtract these two and divide by 2. Subtract and divide by 2. Just 1 second. Okay, this is even, and I'll just go up like this, and odd will be equal to g of t minus of g of minus t divided by 2. Okay, now we already have the function here. So what we do now, we will simply write g of minus t also, or we will write below this one so that there's no confusion. Yeah, we'll write it below this one. Here, what is g of minus t? G of minus t is equal to 2 into minus t square minus 3 into minus t plus 6. So which is equal to 2t square plus 3t plus 6. So 2t square plus 3t plus 6. So this is how you remember gt and g of minus t. So from these two, very easy to find what is ge of t. So what is ge of t? It is equal to gt. Gt is equal to 2t square minus 3t plus 6 plus 2t square. Okay, so minus this is plus 3t plus 6 divided by 2. So what will this become? 2t square, 2t square. So 4t square. Okay, so 4t square minus and plus will cancel, plus 12 divided by 2, which becomes 2t square plus 6. So this is your first answer. So the even part of the signal is 2t square plus 6. Correct? So in the same way, we have to find the odd part. So what is the odd part? This minus this one. Okay, this minus this one. So 2t square minus 3t plus 6 minus of 2t square, already simplified, 2t square plus 3t plus 6. So divided by 2. So what will this become? So this will become 2t square and 2t square will cancel. Okay, 2t square and 2t square. I'll remove all the earlier rough work what we have done so that it doesn't influence our understanding. Okay, just 1 second. Yeah, okay. This also we can remove so that I can easily slide from right to left. Yeah, so here you have 2t square minus 2t square is cancelled. Both of them will cancel. And this is minus 3t minus of 3t. So it becomes minus 60. Minus 60 plus 6 and minus 6. They get cancelled. So this divided by 2, this becomes minus 3t. This is the second answer. Okay. Now what we do is g of t can be written as even part of t plus odd part of t, where the even part is equal to 2t square plus 6 and the odd part, okay, the odd part is equal to minus 3t. So we are writing like this. So this g of t is equal to 2t square plus 6, which is the even part, plus of minus 3t, which is the odd part. Okay, so we can write like this. Have you understood this point? Now, what I'll ask you a simple question, which we can discuss later. How do you say that 6 is even? Why 6 is coming in the even part? Okay, so this is a question which I want somebody to answer later. Okay, so think about it and give me the answer. Why is a constant an even function? Okay, right. Now we will use the same logic to solve the other problems. I'll only give you the hints on how you have to solve, and you have to apply the basic idea about algebra, trigonometry, and whatever you know in the basic mathematics, all that you have to apply to solve all these problems. Okay, so I'll just come back to that. Now, one by one, let us do it. I'll only spread out the problem. I'll expand the problem for your understanding. Let us take a 7b. Okay, what is 7b? Separate even and odd. 20 cos 40 pi t minus pi by 4. Okay, now what you have to do? First, you find out g of minus t. So what is g of minus t? G of minus t is 20 cos 40 pi, the minus 40 pi t minus pi by 4. Please remember, I'm not giving you any hint. I'm not giving you any hint. So you have to simplify the trigonometric functions to get the even and odd. So what is the even part of this one? Even part of this one becomes 20 cos 40 pi t minus pi by 4. Okay, so plus 20 cos minus 40 pi t minus pi by 4. You have to simplify these things. You have to simplify. What is cos of minus t? Okay, that t should be able to know. Okay, and then try to write the function. So this divided by 2. This divided by 2. This becomes the even function. Now coming to the odd part, you have to write it as 20 cos 40 pi t minus pi by 4 minus of 20 cos minus 40 pi t minus pi by 4 divided by 2. So one way of doing it is, imagine this is cos A minus cos B. Sorry, cos of A minus B. You can expand it. You can expand it. Here also you can expand and then simplify. Then you will get something like cos of 40 pi t, cos of minus 40 pi t. You will get these expressions. So you can simply, you know that cos of minus theta. What is cos of minus theta? That you have to put there. Okay. Now supposing it becomes minus cos theta. I'm not saying whether it will become or not. I'm telling you in a general sense. So if it happens, so maybe it get cancelled with this one. You may get an even function and an odd function also. Sometimes you will get only even function, only odd function. So simplify these two expressions to get your even value and odd value. Okay, this is problem number B. Now coming to the problem number C, I will just write it here. So problem number C, I'll just take another 5 minutes. Problem number C is there, is similar to problem number A. So C is very similar to problem number A. Only thing is the manipulation becomes much more. Here there is a small mistake. So we have to, the problem is actually, you have to put an equal to here. Okay, you have to put a equal to here. So this is my mistake. So you have to make. Now here what do? You have to write G of t is equal to 2t square minus 3t plus 6 divided by 1 plus 6. Sorry, 1 plus t. I'm sorry. So this, what is G of minus t? G of minus t is equal. Now I'll write very fast. Here I am putting minus t. So it becomes t only. So 2t square, here it becomes plus 3t plus 6 divided by, this becomes 1 minus t. So this is first equation. This is second equation. By adding these two and dividing by 2, you will get an even function, which is nothing but 1 plus 2 divided by 2. These are the two equations. Odd function will be 1 minus 2 divided by 2. Okay, simple algebra, simple manipulation of these things. Okay, now to jump to a faster level, what you observe here, I have given C is an algebraic expression in T. You observe E and F. E and F are also algebraic expressions in these functions. So you look at these ones and you'll be able to very easily get the answers. So you'll be able to answer A, B requires a trigonometric manipulation. A, C, E and F, you will be able to answer very easily. So if you still have any problem, please let me know later. So we will concentrate on 7D now. So what is 7D? We will close after writing for 7D. So what is 7D? 7D is giving us the sinc function. So 7D is giving us the sinc function. So G of t is equal to sinc of t. Actually, you don't have to do anything here, but you need to know the structure of the sinc function. Okay, if you look at the sinc function, I told you in the previous class, it is like this. The sinc function is like this. That means it is clearly an even function. It is clearly, and you don't even have to bother any odd part is there or not. Only those students who have forgotten or who did not study about the sinc function, they will think that, oh my God, it is some very new thing or difficult thing, and they'll struggle to do the job. So here, just after a few weeks of solving all these problems, none of you should solve them in the way I am solving here or I am telling you. For example, just deviating, but it's very important. 2t square minus 3t plus 6 are there. How will you solve this problem? What you will do is separating odd from even, is it not? Then what you should tell is, t square is a even part. Okay, so ye idhar laga dunga main. Then 3t is not even part. 6 is even. So I'll put it here. These two are even part of the signal, and 3t obviously it is odd. So I will put minus 3t on this side. So ye to ho gaya na? This is odd and this is even. It is a simple 2 seconds you can solve this problem. In 2 seconds you can solve this problem. So I want you people to solve problems so that finally you don't solve problems. When a problem is given to you, you will directly give the answer. Like that you are jumping. But that requires a lot of hard work. The more problems you solve, the more you understand the nature of these expressions, and straight away you'll be able to give the correct answer without solving the problem. So that is what is called as expert. So what will you do? Supposing a new student has come, he will ask you, Anna, please tell me how to separate this into even and odd. He will ask you. Then suddenly, because you did so many exercises using sinc function, you will recollect this particular waveform. Sinc means you recollect this waveform. Then what is this waveform? This is an even waveform. Then you will tell your friend that, this is an even function. Why are you even asking me that question? Then he will say, no, 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 no. How can you say it is even? I have to put all the things and sir told the formula you have to apply. Then you will tell, okay, you apply all that formula which your sir told. Finally, you will come back and tell me that it is a even function. You understood what I'm telling. So that is how we have to solve the problem. Okay. So this sinc function, for better understanding, you again go through the definition. But to solve the problem 70, this is the last problem which I'm solving. I'm assuming that with this knowledge you can solve these four. So not D, sorry, G. Slight confusion here. So 7D is the problem, and G of T is equal to sinc T. So what is sinc T? You must write the definition. Sin T divided by T. Sin T divided by T. Now you have to find out what is the what is G of T. You have to write. G of T is sin T by T. And what is G of minus T? What is G of minus T? You should write replacing with minus T wherever T is there. So this is the next one. So by simplifying these two, you have to find out the even function. What is the even function? The answer is sin T by T plus sin of minus T divided by minus T divided by 2. Okay. Now I'm not telling you what is sin of minus T. I'm not telling you. Okay. So you should be able to tell me. Based on that, you should give me the answer. Then what is the odd function here? Odd function is sin of T divided by T minus of sin of minus T divided by minus T. Okay, so this is the one divided by 2. So you should get the final answer. So do this thing. We have plenty of time to discuss later, and then we will be able to do that. Please remember, any problem given to you, first start with fundamentals. That means you should be able to derive the formula for even and odd part also, so that if you miss something somewhere, you will be able to go back to the starting point and solve the problem without any difficulty. In the final exam, that kind of strength is expected in the student. He does not know. He will forget, what it is. He won't remember what sir told. Then he should spend some 5 minutes time thinking about what was told in that class, what happened, what did I study in the textbook. Try to slowly recollect, because it will take time. For example, you forget something at home, you don't remember where you kept it. Can you find it immediately? You have to give 5 minutes time. No? You have to sit somewhere quietly and think, what did I do on that day? Where did I keep my purse? Why is it not visible now? So then suddenly you recollect that, array, I kept it on that washing machine. I forgot. Something like that you will think. So it will take time for you to recollect what is forgotten, what does not come to your mind immediately. That is why derivations are important, fundamentals are important, and you should be able to apply them in the final examination and try to recover whatever you have forgotten, and then try to solve the problem. So many students, what they do is they will not be patient enough to go back to the fundamentals in the final examination. They will try to see whether they know it or not. If they don't know, they will leave it. So that is how you are going to lose opportunities and marks. Okay, so I will conclude here, and that's all for today, and we will close now. Any questions? First of all, I am happy Abhignya is there, Sharif is there, Chaitanya joined just now, and other students are leaving. So I'll upload the video shortly, and if you have any questions or any doubts, feel free to ask me there.